Check this out. This is a pinewoods tree frog. I know it looks like I'm hurting him, but I'm just holding his leg. He's okay. But the way to identify this guy is these little yellow spots here on the back of his leg here, and that's a sure sign that this is a pinewoods tree frog. He's a super cool little frog. They'll get a little bit bigger than this, but this is pretty much an adult right here. They're generally a small tree frog and nocturnal. We're gonna let this guy go and see what else we can find. It's a cool little guy. So check this little guy out. I think this is just a squirrel tree frog. They're a lot like green tree frogs in that they have this line here, but green tree frogs will keep a pretty solid line, keep going down their body. This guy is kind of crooked and faded out. This is also an adult squirrel tree frog, and also nocturnal like the pinewoods tree frog. But they're really variable in color. Sometimes they'll be brown, sometimes they'll just be plain green, sometimes they'll be plain brown, sometimes they'll have pattern on their back. And he's just going to breed tonight. It might be a female with eggs. Let me check her out. But she's got a little bit of yellow on her leg there, but there's no speckles. It's just kind of a solid yellow. And I'm gonna let it hop away. Alright, so here we've got another tree frog by the toe here. And these are both squirrel tree frogs, but as you can see, this one's brown and he's got a bit of a pattern. He just jumped away, and this guy's bright green and has no pattern. But same species. In fact, they might even try breeding together later this evening. But I mean, they're just thick on this road right here. Alright, this is a green tree frog, and you can see the difference between this guy and the squirrel tree frogs is this one, he's very uniform green. He's always gonna have pretty much a plain green back, and the stripe on the side goes from like up by his nose all the way down the side. It stays nice and wide, and there's a little bit of a dark banding around it. This little tiny guy is an oak toad. As you can see, he's got this little racing stripe down his back. However, he's not very fast. And it's another nocturnal. Well, a lot of these amphibians we're seeing tonight, they are mostly active during the first rain of the year, or the first warm rain, really. And this is an adult, surprisingly. They just really don't get big, and they eat things like this little bug right here that just landed on me. That's pretty funny. But another cool little amphibian out tonight. We're just actually walking down the road and just picking up different stuff. This is a really cool little find right here.
She's getting around.
Alright, so check this out. We've got two southern toads, and this guy on top is the male, and this guy down here, she's the female. You notice the male's a little bit smaller than the female, and he's actually a little bit of a different color. That's pretty normal. But this is what's called amplexus. They're mating right now. So she's gonna find her way to some watering hole. Alright, there's a guy up there being really loud. She's gonna find her way to some kind of water source where she's gonna lay her eggs. And what's cool about these guys is when they lay their eggs, they just lay a super long string of them, and they'll have an egg every so often throughout that string. So as she's pumping them out, he's gonna be fertilizing them. Now this guy right here has decided to call right in the middle of the road. And yeah, he's standing up tall like that, looking around for a mate, and just trying to be attractive. So this poor little toad is a little confused. He thought his three fingers were another toad, and as you can see, he's got his arms out and he's really grappling it. So let's turn him over, see how his grip is. Oh, there he goes. Alright, cool. Alright. Put this fella out. Now this ugly little guy right here is a narrow-mouthed frog. And actually this might be a female. As you can see, it's just got a tiny little face and this huge fat body. This one's got a lot of pudge to it. And they're generally about this color, kind of mud colored, and usually a gray to a brown. This one's real chocolatey brown, which is fairly unusual. A lot of the ones I see are gray. But we'll just put her back in to hopefully hook up with a male. It's a different time right there.
Okay, we're rolling.
Alright, cool. This is another little narrow-mouthed frog. You can see he's got gray on the bottom and he's got brown got a tiny little head. He's really a funky looking little dude, but he's the one that makes that wee kind of sound. Sounds like a lamb bleating. So tiny little frogs. This is an adult. They really don't get bigger than this. And we'll just see what he'll do. These guys get a lot larger than.
What is behind me?
What's back there?
I'm guessing armadillo, because that's what it always is.
Oh, I see it.
Yep, it's an armadillo.
Yep. Okay. Anyway.